Hi there. So with the exam around the corner, I get a lot of DMs on Instagram asking me about how to handle pressure. So I am available to chat if you just want a few words of advice or you just want someone to listen to you with respect to this exam. So please reach out to me on Instagram. I'll be linking my handle somewhere in the description box. Okay. Now I want to talk to you about what your strategy should be on the D-Day for DILR. So there are two things that could happen when you're writing the DILR section. One is you see a question that is familiar, or the other thing is you see a paper which is brand new with questions you've never seen before, and both of them are possible. So if it is, so suppose you open the, when the section opens up, you see a question that is your strength area, like for me it was scheduling, for me it was sequencing, or missing numbers missing scores in a test, those kinds of questions. So if I see that question, chances are I will say, okay, I have done this before, let me do this. In such a question, I would say spend 5 minutes. If you still feel you're not cracking, you're not able to crack or make progress, then jump ship immediately. The reason I say this is because even though a question might seem very familiar, it might be the most difficult question in the entire paper, which is not what you want, right? Then you'll be bleeding on time, and chances are you might not even make progress if it's the most difficult set. It's designed to trap you it's disguised as a familiar question, but it's designed to trap you. So be careful of such questions. Now if you have a brand new paper, or you have questions, most of the questions you've never done before, puzzles you've never solved before, don't panic. The first thing you should do is spend 3 to 4 minutes on all questions. This will eat up some time, but again, this is a strategy if you're not very good at DILR. If you're good at DILR, then this strategy is absolute rubbish. I would say stop watching this video. But if you're struggling with DILR, what I'd say is spend 3 to 4 minutes just looking at solving the question. So don't just look at it and be like, हाँ ये शायद हो जाएगा, this is what they're saying. Don't imagine solutions in your head. Put pen to paper. Start writing down that, okay, these are the constraints, this is the data point that I have, these are the points that I have, and what is the question asking. Okay, and then see if you can crack it or not, because when you write it down, you actually engage with it better, and your brain also functions better in the sense that you can process the data facts given much better. So the important tip is don't imagine solutions, actually write it down. Now after 3 to 4 minutes, if it's not working out, jump to the next question. See, remember that there will be at least one easy set in the paper. Okay, the whole paper cannot be difficult, because even the paper setters want people to be able to solve it. So they won't design a paper in such a way that nobody can solve it at all, right? So the problem with DILR, the biggest problem is people lose time on the wrong set. And that's exactly what you want to avoid. So designate and delegate your resources, and also designate your time. Say ki I will do it in 2 minutes, I will give it 2 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever. Again, depends on how many questions you intend to target. Suppose you want to do only 2 sets, 3 to 4 minutes should suffice. If you want to do 3 sets, I would say spend only 2 minutes or 1.5 minutes per question to gauge it, to get a sense of, is this a doable question or is this a trick question. So once you've done that, I think this should mostly work, because that's what worked for me. I was not the worst at DILR. I got a 95th percentile in DILR in my last attempt, but I wasn't very great at it either. In my first 2 attempts, I scored in like the early 80s, so 81, 82-ish. So I understand if it's not your strong suit, but it's also a section which is very fun, not for a lot of people. Maybe you're cursing me for saying this, but it is fun if you do it with a mindset that, okay, this is just a puzzle I have to solve. Okay. The last thing I want to leave you with is that there will be questions in a set, especially DI sets, where some questions in the set might be easy and some questions might be difficult. So in such a case, you might have cracked the set, you might have data in front of you. So be okay doing half a set. It is okay if you just have cracked half of it, because it could be possible that the other half is very difficult. So just know where to draw the line. You have to trust your instinct on this, but also use your brains, in the sense that you have to make wise, instinctive decisions that are thought out. So kind of compartmentalize and see kitna time can I allocate to each question. Again, this is very subjective, because it depends on what your target is. If you're looking at a 99 plus percentile, I'd say do 3 sets at least, or 3.5 even if you can do it. But if you're looking at a decent 95ish percentile like me that I got in DILR, I would say do 1.5 sets to 2 sets. I think I did 2 sets exactly, and I did it with an accuracy of around 90-95%. So I hope this works and I hope it helps you. Let's connect on Instagram if you have any questions or if you want to talk, and best of luck.